Hey friends! With the holiday season rapidly approaching, I thought that I would take the opportunity today to share some gift ideas with you for the ladies in your life. Let's get into this. As always, I want to start off by welcoming you back to my channel, or if you're new here, then hello and welcome. My name is Kara. Now before we get into the video, I want to talk about the makeup that I'm wearing. So on my lips, I have a Fenty Beauty lipstick in the shade Finesse, and on my eyes, I have this incredible palette here from Gourmand Girls. This is the That Time of Year palette, and it is beautiful. There are the shades there. On my lids today, I have Cherry's Jubilee on the outer portion, and Icicle is that like insanely beautiful duochromatic shade that's all over the lid. Along my lower lash line, I have Warm and Toasty with just a tiny bit of Cherry's Jubilee blended out with Fuzzy Socks, and on the inner corner, I have Twinkling Lights. I've really enjoyed playing around with this palette, and I'm excited to create more looks. If you're interested in 3 looks with this palette, let me know and I'd be happy to do that for you guys. We've started the Christmasification of the background. This is just, we're going to classify this as a work in progress, okay? It's just the start. I can't remember what I had back there last year, to be honest. I think I had like a light up sign that said Noel, except everybody thought that it said Noob, which is actually kind of hilarious, to be honest, but I don't know where that is, so I don't know. We're going to be putting up our tree and all of our decorations this weekend, so I'm sure I will unearth all of my filming Christmas stuff as well, so work in progress. But we've got antlers. I'm making an effort. I'm fitting with the theme of today's video. So let's get into it, shall we? I want to start off by thanking Louisa for sponsoring today's video. I have talked about them before, but it bears repeating. Louisa sells beautiful jewelry with prices starting from $39. And not only are their items just classic and timeless styles, but they're also sustainably made. A lot of these products are made from recycled materials, but that does not mean that they have scrimped on the quality whatsoever. With the exception of filming YouTube videos, I have been wearing exclusively Louisa earrings for about 2.5 months at this point. I've never encountered any irritation, there's been no discoloration of my skin. There are no issues with these at all. They're very comfortable to wear, and like I said, they just are classic and timeless pieces that go with anything that you're wearing. For example, the hoops that I'm wearing today are from Louisa. The ring that I'm wearing as well, also from Louisa, and in fact, these would make a really nice set together because they just complement each other so well. They're so understated and yet just beautiful as well. So these would make excellent Christmas gift ideas, and as well, Louisa also has a sale going on right now. So all of the items that I'm going to talk about today, from Louisa to the other gift ideas that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to link everything down below. I want to share with you one of my favorite things about the earrings that I have encountered so far, aside from the fact that they are just so very easy to wear and go with everything. So these hoops here, a lot of times when you buy hoops like this, you have to like feed the hoop through your earring hole in order to get it to close. These ones, there's just like a little post that fits perfectly straight, so it fits in nice and easily, and then it just snaps together. Love that. But the even bigger challenge for me are little tiny hoops like this. So these little huggies here, a lot of times you have to kind of twist them apart and then try to put them back together, and they become misshapen, or you end up pinching your ear, or it just becomes a huge pain. And then for me, I've ultimately just thrown those kind of earrings away because it's just not worth the hassle. But with these ones, you can see how small and petite the little earring is. They open nice and wide so I can get my earlobe in there without any real difficulty. Feed it through, and then it just clicks together. And there, now I have like a little tiny huggy. There's really not much space between the bottom of the earring and my actual earlobe, but I haven't had to sit there and fuss around with it and just irritate my ear, bother myself, and waste a bunch of time that I don't have to waste in the morning. So there we have it. And these, I can just sleep in them, no problem, for days on end. These ones I've shown in a previous video. These are the mini octagons. And again, they just have a nice little straight post. They open right up. I slept in these for probably a month straight and no problems whatsoever. So it should go without saying that Ana Luisa's products are my first Christmas recommendation because there's something for everybody. The prices aren't really going to set you back, and these are items that are going to last forever, and you can get a ton of wear out of them. So an excellent option for the ladies in your life. All right, so let's move on to some of these other items because I'm really excited to share them with you. There are some that are beauty related and then some that are very much not. So first up, I have a perfume to talk about, and that is Gucci Flora Gorgeous Gardenia. Now, I know that everybody has different preferences when it comes to perfume, and so sometimes gifting perfume can be a little bit of a risky move because you just don't know what that person's preferences are really going to be. But if ever there was a universal perfume, I think this might qualify. It just has such a beautiful balance of citrus and floral, and yet there is this like sexy, almost muskiness to it without being too heavy. It's not one of those scents that like gets you at the back of the throat, and yet it does have a quite the impact. It's not so light that within half an hour you're like, I thought I put perfume on, where did it go? And yet it's also not so heavy that you're like, oh God, it's way too much. And further, although it has that like grounded sort of scent to it, I don't think it's so earthy that you couldn't pull it off in the summer as well. Like there's just that hint of floral in there. Despite the fact that it's called gardenia, it's not too floral. Sometimes gardenia and same with rose and those can be just way too cloying and way too intense. Not so with this one. This is just so perfectly balanced that I really think most people are going to like this. I just think that it's an excellent option if you're looking to give perfume. So I'm going to talk about one makeup holiday set. There are so many of them out there. There are so many great ones out there, but one of them in particular really caught my eye. I picked it up, I've been testing the products out, and I love them. So this is coming from Fenty Beauty, and it's the Resting Peach Face Duo. So in the set, you're getting 2 holiday exclusive shades. So on the one hand, you're getting a mini Gloss Bomb Cream in Peach Pout, and on the other, you're getting a full-size cream blush in Peach Face. And both of these are beautiful. Frankly, the products themselves are fantastic. I have quite a few of these cream blushes, as well as, I think I have all of their shades. All of their original shades of the Gloss Bomb creams I have at any rate. And they're just very comfortable to wear on the lips. They're beautiful. It gives you this like sheer wash of color, but enough that it's actually noticeable. And then with the blush, it is quite buildable, but it also blends out just beautifully on the cheeks. So I really like these products. And then the fact that these are exclusive colors to the holiday kit, I think is also really nice. It's not just repackaged existing products made to look new, they actually are new. So I love that set, and I think it just makes a really great stocking stuffer. Now, if you're anything like me, you are terrible at wrapping Christmas gifts. It's just a skill that I don't have. My abilities maxed out when I was about 7, and they haven't progressed beyond that. So it always kind of looks like some sort of rabid animal has done the wrapping. That's the level of skill that I bring to it. So when I can find something that is already beautifully packaged and doesn't really need to be wrapped up, that's a win in my books. Enter Kaleidos, right here. So this is one of their lip clay vaults, and inside there are 4 different lip clays. First of all, the lip clays, quite possibly one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. It's very moussey and creamy, and yet it dries down and then it doesn't budge. Like, it doesn't budge. It's beautiful. It's not drying, it's not like, it doesn't crack on the lips, it doesn't start flaking off. It wears away quite nicely, but your lips are very comfortable and you're just not aware of even wearing it. They've got quite the range to choose from, and if you go to their website, you can also build your own vault. So this one here was already pre-curated by Kaleidos, but they have 3 other vaults like this with some that are just all nude colors. They have one that has like a really dark teal. There's a lot of really beautiful shades to choose from, and I love that you can mix and match between the different pre-selected vaults to create a custom one, and it doesn't cost you any more than what this one would cost on its own. So it's $45 for one of these little vaults, Or you can just buy the lipstick individually as well if there's a particular color that you have in mind for somebody. But I love how beautiful the packaging is. And then also this can be taken right out, and then they have like a little collectible tin if they want to put little knickknacks in there, whatever the case may be. But it just makes the whole idea of giving a gift that much easier because I can stick a bow on it and it's done. All right, now I have a palette to share with you, and the reason that I want to share this palette is because I think it's just very user-friendly. From the formula to the packaging to the color selection, you're not going to stump anybody with this. So if you have a teenager who's entering the world of makeup, or if you have a makeup enthusiast in your life, but somebody who isn't necessarily adventurous in terms of the colors that they like to wear, so you don't want to give them something too bold, this has got you covered. This is the newest palette from Tarte. This is the Full Bloom palette, and this is the very definition of a staple palette. This is beautiful, and I have worn this a few times and I have absolutely no complaints. So when I was saying that this is beginner friendly, not only is the shade selection beginner friendly because no matter what you pair together, it's going to look beautiful on the eyes, but the formula is also very forgiving. These mattes blend out so nicely, but there's nothing in here that's really super dramatic. Even this nice dark brown here isn't so pigmented that when you put it on, you really can't blend it, or you have to spend a ton of time getting it to blend out. It's just very easy to use. And then the shimmers as well, they can be picked up with a finger, you can pick them up with a brush, they lay down beautifully on the lid, you can spray them with setting spray, but you don't have to, and they still look beautiful. They last all day on the eyes. This is just one of these palettes that you can just pick it up, throw together a beautiful look, and you're out the door. Frankly, this is just the kind of palette that's going to set people up for success in terms of makeup. Like, I think the fastest way to turn somebody off of makeup is to give them an underperforming product, right? Like if somebody's just frustrated with how it looks, or if it ends up disappearing over the day, or just looking muddy on the eyes, or whatever the case may be, they're not going to be inclined to continue going back to it. And then that leaves kind of that bad taste in your mouth about makeup. But if you give something that blends out nicely, is easy to work with, has really good pigmentation, that can invite them and welcome them to this world of makeup that we all love so much. Now, I don't talk a lot about hair stuff here on my channel because, well, you see my hair. I don't know what to do with it. It is what it is. I've never really styled my hair per se. In fact, I think I wore it up in a fun bun for 8 years straight. That was my coping mechanism with my hair, was to just tie it back and keep it off of my face. So when it comes to hair care, styling aids, hair tools, all that kind of thing, I don't have a lot of experience with it, but what I really look for when I am purchasing an item is functionality. It just has to work. I don't care about bells and whistles, I just need it to work. And I have very recently discovered this guy here from Tymo. This is their straightening hair comb. So let me bring it out and show you. So it has a variety of different settings in here. I think the highest it goes up to is 410, and it's a comb. Like you see, nothing is clamping together. You're not having to pull anything through. I don't have to pre-dry and blow dry my hair as straight as I can get it, which is not straight. It just becomes a very large frizzy mess when I do that. But when I use a traditional straightener, I have to do that and then go in with that, or else it's not up to the task. Enter Tymo. This cost me $69 on Amazon, and it came with one of these little gloves. There was 2 clips, and it came with a hairbrush as well. This is a game changer. I can straighten my entire head of hair in 15 minutes with this. And the best thing, the absolute best thing about this, aside from how functional it is and how well it works, these little bits here, even when it's on the highest setting, if I touch it, I don't burn the hell out of my hand. It's fantastic. It also allows me to get really close to the root line because, again, this doesn't heat up. It's just the little parts on the very inside that heat up. So what I'm going to do is we will circle back to this at the very end, and I'll just show you one little demo of straightening one little bit of my hair just to show you how effective it is, but we will get to that. Now, if you have somebody in your life who enjoys posting to social media, taking selfies, all of that kind of thing, this next gift might be a great idea for them, and that is a little tabletop ring light. This one is from the brand, I believe it's called Neewer. I don't know how to pronounce it. Neewer. Don't know how to pronounce it. But at any rate, I bought mine through Amazon. Now this is the 12-inch, but on the Canadian Amazon site, they no longer have this available. They only have the 10-inch, but you might be able to find it on the American site. Regardless, this is pretty neat because it's got the RGB to it as well. So I can just turn it on. I don't know why anybody would want a light that does that, but it does, which is kind of cool. And it comes with a little remote control, so you can pair this with your Android or your iPhone, and then your phone just sits in here and you can use this as a remote for taking pictures. And as well, it also comes with this remote, so you can control the color. You can turn the color right off and just go with a traditional ring light. You can make it warmer, you can make it cooler, you can make it brighter, you can make it lighter, dimmer, I don't know. And then there's some other crap on this that I don't even know what it does because I don't read instruction books. I just wing it and hope for the best. So there's, I mean, a ton of different settings on the color side of things. You can see it just rotates all the way through. So not only is it fun, but it's also very practical as well. So if somebody's doing like Zoom meetings from their phone or taking selfies, like I said, it's a great little option. And then it just has like a little tripod, so it just sits on your desk. It's quite secure, and then your phone just clips right in here. It's expandable. You can twist that so you can go vertical or horizontal, whatever you want to do. And I think I paid about $35 for mine, so not a bad investment at all and very functional. In fact, I meant to say at the top that I have a new light, so if you're seeing a little bit of a different color in here, I've got, well, I've just got one of them set up so far. I need to do some serious work in this room so that I can fit the other one in here, but little side lights. So I've got them also from Neewer, and what's kind of cool is that it comes with like this little app that I can download, and then I can like play around with the color settings, and I can change the color, which is also pretty cool. So I just kind of, I don't know whereabouts it was. I think it was around here. And I'm going to dim it down a little bit. So I'm just adding a little bit of pink today just because I felt like it. So let me know down below what you think about that. Would having different colors distract you? Would you like that? Is it okay? Do you care? All that kind of stuff. But at any rate, I just wanted to share that as an aside. So let's move on. Okay, I'm down to my last recommendation. So I brought the hair straightener back out. I plugged it in. We're going to turn it on and it's going to start heating up. So we're going to let it do that. It only takes like 30 seconds, but we're going to let it do that while I share with you my last recommendation, which nobody's going to see coming, but here we go. Now this is not going to be a gift for just anybody, okay? This is not for like your casual acquaintance or your boss or coworker. This is for like your mom, your best friend, your sister, somebody that you're very close with. It's a bidet, okay? It's a bidet, but hear me out on this, okay? So I sprained my back earlier this month and it was horrific. I was like bedridden for days, existing off of morphine and muscle relaxants. It was awful. I had the TENS machine going, I had the heating pad going, I was icing it, I was just praying. Like it was horrible. I was so grateful for my bidet, let me tell you, because I could not have done anything about that situation on my own. Literally, that was the level of pain that I was in. It was awful. And Barry and I have been married for almost 13 years. We've been together for 18 and a half at this point, but we're still not at the point where I want him to wipe me. So I was incredibly grateful for our bidet. Let's just put it that way. We also got the one with like the heated water and all that. Like we got the Cadillac of bidets. I'm going to link it down below. Barry installed it himself, no problems. Very easy, didn't take very long at all. It doesn't use a ton of water. It saves our toilet paper because we don't hardly have to use any. That was terrible English. Anyways, that's my last recommendation for you. But you might be able to see the little tendrils of steam rising. This is well and good. It's at the highest setting. Like I said, I can touch that and that's not burning my hands. Like 400 and some degrees in there, not burning. So I'm not going to do my whole head like I said, but we'll just take this one little section here and I'll just show you how easy this is. Just pull it through. Can I help you?
Sorry, I wanted to show you that.
Aw, I'll be out soon. Barry bought Bennett a customized dinosaur book for Christmas and it just got delivered today, so he's very excited to show me. Anyways, there. There. Do we see? Do we see? And the nice thing about this as well is that it doesn't like yank all of my hair out. It's like when I do the traditional one, there's always like a mountain of hair on the floor. There. Now I could go up and get like right in here and all that, but I just wanted to show you how effective this is. I'm in love with this thing. I'm in absolutely in love with it. I think everybody should have one. So at any rate, there it is. Okay, let's wrap it up. I'm starting to get a little like frantic about stuff for absolutely no reason except that it's like 10:30 at night. So we're gonna wrap the video up here. Before I do though, I want to thank Louisa one more time for sponsoring today's video. Like I said earlier, everything that I've mentioned today is going to be linked down below. Happy holiday shopping. Let me know in the comments what it is that you're hoping for Christmas and what you are most excited to give for Christmas. I'm just curious and I'd love hearing those kind of things. So that is it. Going to wrap the video up here. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It really helps me grow. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.